As you can see, we are back in Evergreen Harbor, and this is the second part of the tour that I was doing of my Evergreen Harbor builds. And yeah, I think this video is probably going to be a bit shorter than the other one, just because I didn't actually get to do some of the builds that I wanted to finish before doing the second part. But you know, that's the way life goes. So I just want to show the ones that I didn't get to show last time and put those up for download. So as you can see, we are at the station bar, and if you're familiar with Evergreen Harbor, then you'll recognize this lot and you'll see that it's very similar to how it like originally is. Like, I kept the outside shell of the bar because I thought I don't know, I just liked the way it looked, and it is supposed to be, I think, like an old fire station, or not fire station, sorry, an old train station. As you can see, there's like trains and stuff. So it's like an abandoned like train station kind of thing, and it was like renovated into a bar. And I kept the outside because I just liked how simple it was. So I didn't really do much, honestly. But the inside is very different from how it originally was. But yeah, let's go inside and check it. I don't know what time of day I should show it in. Maybe like evening. I might turn it to nighttime. But yeah, the second floor was bathrooms before, but I decided to just like remove them because, as I said in my last video, I just like don't really love having bathrooms in community lots on the second floor. So I put them downstairs instead. So now everything's on the main floor down here. And so this is the outside. There's places to sit, obviously. And if we go in, this is the inside of the bar. And I wanted it to feel kind of like eclectic and a little bit messy and lively, especially like when Sims come and, you know, chill out with each other. I just wanted it to feel like cluttered and town like a small town like, I guess. So over here we have a picture wall. I do that a lot, I find, in these community builds in Evergreen Harbor. I don't know, I just feel like it's a place where people like pass through when they travel. So there's like a cool picture wall over here. There's this jukebox, so if you want to play some tunes, you can go over to the jukebox over here. And then through here is like obviously like the bathrooms and stuff. So there's two bathrooms, one on this side, kind of grungy with the mirrors, but I feel like that kind of fits a bar that's kind of older. So yeah, there's two bathrooms. They're both pretty much the same and kind of boring because they're just a bathroom. But yeah, that's like the hallway to get into there. And then obviously there's the bar where you go and get a drink and stuff like that. And I think like bars in Sims 4 sell food and stuff, and like in general bars sell food. So I put little like mustard and ketchup things there, so if you get like fries or fish and chips or something, you can put some condiments on them. But yeah, so there's like a menu thing I put up there because I thought maybe they would have that and maybe put like specials or something that they have going on. And yeah, it's pretty chill, and I just like the way it looks. I struggled a while for like the lighting because I didn't know what kind of lighting I wanted. I feel like I always go for the kind of like orangey, reddish, pinky kind of vibes. I did kind of put a like blue kind of glow over here just to like offset it a little bit, but I do love my warm tones, so yeah, I went for that over here. And then there's like a couple seating and stuff, obviously, if your Sims to like chill and eat and talk with friends and stuff. And then over here is the stage area, and it's like got that busking station thing that we got from City Living. And so like they can come here and like play for tips and stuff like that if you have a violin or guitar or whatever. And then I did put a karaoke machine here, so maybe they have like karaoke nights and stuff, and then they can go up here and do that. I feel like if you wanted to like move it around, you could just like move this over here sometimes. and like put a microphone here and have your sim do like comedy if you wanted. Yeah, it's just like a performance stage for the bar, so you could really just do whatever you want up here. But I just put a karaoke machine because I think they have karaoke nights. And then I just put like a guitar case over here, and then there's the drum set that is functional, which comes from Zolf. So if you wanted to use that, then you could. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this bar area in general, this like build. But I really like the way that it turned out. I think I don't know, I like that I kept the outside shell the way it was originally built, even though it looks kind of like regular and boring on the outside. But I think that's just like, I don't know, I like that it looks kind of regular and boring on the outside. So yeah, that's this bar. So obviously all the builds that I show in this video are going to be up for download, so if you want to download this, it will be in the description. But yeah, I thought this turned out pretty well. So let's go to the next build. Now we are at the next location, and this is the gym that I built for Evergreen Harbor. I didn't really know where to put the gym. I almost put it on this lot over here, but I ended up going for this lot, and it's kind of like near the water, kind of like dock area of Evergreen Harbor, and it's like across from the bar. You can see the bars over there. But yeah, I made this gym, and I actually like tooled this kind of like basketball court thing over here. So this unfortunately isn't gonna be a part of it because tooled objects in the world aren't gonna like, you know, like pass onto the, when you like save the build to the gallery, or just like save the tray files, I guess. But yeah, that's unfortunate. But I did tool place this just so that, I don't know, I just wanted like another extra physical activity for them to do. So that's out here. But yeah, this is the gym. It's very, you know, simple. I went for very simple shapes and stuff like that for the community lots, because I think that's the most realistic, especially with community lots like in real life. Like they don't go too crazy. So yeah, but this is the outside. There's obviously like a parking area out here, some benches and stuff, and then I put a bicycle thing, so like if your Sims rode their bike to the gym, then they can park it there. And there's also like these posters out here, as you can see. It's like alien posters, and I just had this idea that there's someone who lives in the town of Evergreen Harbor who is like really into aliens, and they like believe they're real, and so like they put posters up and stuff like all over businesses downtown. And I think that the guy who like owns this gym hates the dude that's like putting these posters up, and they have like kind of beef with each other. And yeah, I don't know, that was like a little storytelling thing that I put in there because I thought that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, if we go inside, I said this with my other builds, but I wanted everything in Evergreen Harbor to feel like it was old and hasn't been renovated since like the 80s or the 70s. So that's the kind of vibe that I went for inside of the gym. There's like this front desk area kind of thing, and there's a water cooler over here, so if your Sims need to get water when they're working out, and they didn't like bring their own, they can get some water over there. And then yeah, I think that the guy's like niece or something maybe works at the front desk when he can't, or if like he's like working out in the gym and not like running it, because I feel like he's that kind of person that would just like be lifting weights and stuff and then have like his niece go and work the front desk. So I think that's what goes on over here. But this is like, you know, the check-in area or whatever if you want to like sign up to go to the gym. I also put like this little TV over here because I think that when she does work at the front desk, I think she gets bored, and so she like watches TV and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's this area. And then there's obviously like lockers and stuff for you to like rent out or whatever and put your stuff in here. And then through this like hallway area, there's some like more lockers for your stuff, and then there's these change rooms, which are very simple. They just have like a little stool and this like changing area and then a mirror. They're all the same. But yeah, it's like private changing rooms if you need to like change out your clothes. And then there's also, I put showers in here, and this is like the bathroom as well, so they just have like mirrors and stuff. And then these are toilets for your sim to do their business. So yeah, pretty simple bathroom, but it has what you need for a gym. And then past that area is this kind of, there's some like seating here if you just need to like sweat it out and like take a rest after you've been working out. And I put these bikes here. These are from the Get Fit mod pack, which I believe is from Sepsid, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you can get that from that pack, and your sims will work out on it. So they're all like functional and they work. So there's that area over here, and then there's some like mirrors and stuff for the bench press over here if your sims want to make sure their form's good. But yeah, there's that there. And then we have some of these machines over here, and these are actually, I think, like chin-up bars, if I'm not mistaken. So there's those over there. I put a little kettlebell, and all of like the stuff in here is functional. So with that like Let's Get Fit mod pack, so everything here is functional, which is really convenient. There's also this, I think it's called steps. I used to do that when I was in fitness in high school. But you basically like step up onto it, or like they can do like jumps and lunges and stuff like that on there. And then this is obviously a boxing area, and I think that like the guy who owns this place, maybe like, I think he like chills out over here a lot, because I think he does boxing, and then he probably chills out over here too and does like these like weights and stuff like that. But these weights that are right here are also functional, so if your sims want to lift some weights and like the dumbbells or the barbells, then they can. And yeah, that's what this gym looks like. It's very simple, but I feel like, you know, a gym should have a lot of room for sims to move around and everything. So I think it works for what it is. But yeah, that's what this gym is. I called it Ship's Gym. I think maybe their last name is Ship, or maybe his first name is Ship. I don't know. But that's what it's called. And I think it turned out pretty good. I think it looks like an old gym. I think the carpet probably smells a little musky and old because it hasn't been changed in so long. But it's like the community gym that I feel like everyone goes to. And yeah, so that's what this gym is. And so, of course, this one will also be up for download. And now we are going to go to the last community lot, which is the bowling alley. And here we are at the Bowlerama and Arcade, as I called it. So this is a bowling alley and arcade. As you can see, I like tool modded a bunch of like cars and stuff, so it looks like a parking lot. Because it just looked kind of weird with just the lot here and then nothing like out here. So I did tool all these cars so it looks like it's a parking lot. And then I also tooled this area, so I put like fences in, because I think this is like a construction area or whatever. So I put like this crane here and like the boxes and stuff. I'll like go into tab mode just so I can show you guys. But yeah, I tool modded like this whole area because I thought that maybe this is like a place where the teenagers in Evergreen Harbor go and hang out. I think maybe like construction and like the stuff that they've been doing here hasn't been active for a while, so teenagers kind of just like took it over. And there's like this skating, what's it called? Skate ramp? Is that what it's called? But anyways, yeah, there's this like skateboarding ramp. So your sims, this is actually functional because it's also a part of that like mod pack for fitness. So the sims can go here and like skateboard, and then I put this there so like your sims can make murals and stuff, and they come out here and hang out, and there's like a little dance floor thing, and there's a bonfire over there of like trash, and I think they just kind of like hang out here. Maybe they get up to no good. And there's also a tent here, I think, for someone who maybe doesn't have a home, or if you wanted to play like what's it called? Like those challenges where like you start off with like absolutely nothing at first. So yeah, this is like that area. This is all tool modded, so unfortunately this isn't a part of the build because, as I said before, it doesn't like transfer over when you save the tray. But I'm just showing you like kind of what I did around it. So if you wanted to kind of do that in your own save, if you place this bowling alley down in the same area, then you can kind of get an idea of what I did if you want to do that. But yeah, this is the bowling alley. It's pretty simple. As I said, I want to keep the community lots, like the outside shells and actual structure itself, pretty simple. So yeah, but let's go inside. I didn't do anything on this top floor. I just kept it empty, but I thought it looked better having a little bit of height there. Oh, I left this up there by accident. We'll just delete that. But let's go inside. So if we go inside the front doors, this is how it looks. There's this like sitting area. I put this groovy carpet in here. That's pretty common in those like entertainment places like Chuck E. Cheese or like, you know, arcades and things like that. So they got this funky carpet, and yeah, it's just like seating area for families and stuff to obviously go and like eat. This is the kind of like food court kind of thing. So like this is functional as a bar, which are usually in the bills for bowling alleys. I think they're usually set to bars because bowling alley itself isn't actually a like type of lot in The Sims 4. So you have to like set it to like a bar or whatever. So it does have that in here. But there's also like functional chips and like a functional machine where you can get drinks and stuff like that. If you click on this, you can get pizza. So you can come here and like order from the bar because the sim will obviously like spawn in here for that. But you can also get like other snacks and stuff if they don't offer what you want at the bar. And then I actually like recolored some deco shoes as bowling shoes because I couldn't find any CC as bowling shoes. So yeah, I just like recolored some deco shoes that I had in my mods folder. So those are all in there, so you can get your shoes and stuff from there. And then over here, this is supposed to be functional. I don't think I've actually tested it, but it is supposed to be functional as like an ice cream bar thing. So if like your Sims wanted to get ice cream, they could come here. I haven't actually tested that, so that's my bad, but hopefully that works. And I just put like a cash register here just because like, I don't know, normally I feel like they would probably have that, especially for like checking out bowling shoes or whatever. And I just put like snacks and stuff up here that they maybe put with like a combo that you can get. I don't know. But yeah, this is like the, you know, eating area, and then obviously like where you can eat over here. I also put this machine in here, and this is supposed to be like a pizza machine, so you can actually like order like hot pizza from this machine. So yeah, if your Sims wanted to get it from there instead of like at the counter for some reason, then they can go pick that up there. And then I put the like prizes and gumball machines over here because I think kids would probably go to that. And then there's like a sign down here for the arcade, which is in the basement, and we'll get there in a second. But yeah, this is like the upstairs area. Well, upstairs, but it's like split level, so it just like you go down a couple steps here to get down to the bowling area, and this is the bowling alley area. This is like the employees only door, because like, you know how like behind these usually in real life they have like stuff like where employees go and like do whatever they need to do. So I just put that there. I don't think I put anything in here. I guess you could if you wanted to, but I didn't. But I just thought it made sense to have something that looked like where the employees go, like behind the scenes kind of thing. And then these are up here as like the scoreboard things that you have at bowling alleys. This was actually originally the mesh is from around The Sims 4, and it's supposed to be like a McDonald's lighted menu. But I thought it would be perfect as a bowling alley screen. So this is actually a recolor that I did of it. I just like found images on Google and I just put like Simlish on this one, and this is like a bowling scoreboard thing, and I thought it like suit the colors well. So yeah, those are just like 3 colors that I did. And so they have that, and then there's obviously like booths and stuff for your Sims to sit at while they're waiting for their friends to like go and bowl and do their thing. And there's also like an exit door out here, I guess for like emergency exits. And yeah, that's pretty much what's down here at the bowling alley. I like the way that this turned out. I had a certain like aesthetic or, you know, kind of vibe that I wanted for this bowling alley, and I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah, so that's this area. It's kind of like split level, which is also something that I wanted to do because I don't think I've done something like this before. So I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I think it turned out pretty good. But yeah, we come back up here. This is where we came in. This is like, you know, the entrance. And we have like a little party room because I feel like places like this also have stuff like that. And I put the buffet table in here that we got from one of the, like, I think it was Blast from the Past, if I'm not mistaken. But it was from one of those like limited time events or whatever. I don't know if it's going to show up for everyone, but hopefully it does. But yeah, there's like a buffet table in here, so if you want to like serve food and stuff at a party, then you can. And then there's just like tables in here. So I don't know, you can put like a family reunion in here or like a kids party or something if you wanted. And yeah, that's in there. Maybe like you can make a bowling club or something, especially for like elder Sims. I think that'd be kind of cute to make a bowling club, and then they like come in this room and like chill out as friends all together and eat food and then like bowl. I think that could be cute. But yeah, there's that party room over here. There's obviously a photo booth, so if your Sims want to take some photos together, they can. And then through here is just like I put a closet there, and then this is an employees only room. And this is obviously where the boss of the establishment works. So this is like the, you know, office kind of room. So yeah, this is like the office kind of thing. And then they also have like a little break area with a microwave and a mini fridge and some chairs and stuff, and like this work schedule kind of thing. And yeah, this is like where the workers and the boss, I guess, reside. So that's this area. And if we go over here, through these doors is the bathrooms. They're pretty simple, but I put a baby changing table in both of them, so if your Sim needs to change their baby, then they can. But yeah, that's, I think, everything for this floor. It's pretty big, but it needed the space, so it makes sense. And then the next part is the arcade, which is in the basement. So you go down the stairs, and then there's some like objects down here. All of these, so you're gonna see like these are from, actually, where are these from? I think it's from Get Famous. Is it? Or no, it's from Get Together. So these are from Get Together, so they're like, you know, from the actual game. But these over here and like the basketball stuff and the DDR machine, they're all from, I think, also Sepsid, if I'm not mistaken. They did this like arcade pack. So these are all functional. Your Sims can get like toys and prizes and stuff from the claw machines. And then they can play these games, which is like pinball kind of thing. From the machines over here, they can play DDR. They have like this thing, and then the basketball machines and stuff like that. And then obviously the regular arcade stuff is from the Get Together pack. I also put some tables and stuff down here, because I think this is probably where a lot of like younger Sims come to play games and stuff like that. So yeah, this is like, I think, a probably popular teen/child kind of area, where they come and like chill, because I think that Evergreen Harbor is obviously like a sleepy small town, so I don't think that they have like a lot of entertainment. So this is probably like a really popular spot, I think, for younger Sims that live here. But yeah, this is what the arcade is. It's pretty simple. It just has like the machines, some sitting areas if they wanted to come down here and eat pizza or snacks and stuff like that and game. I put another photo booth down here, and I also put a prize area, because they usually have that at like arcades and stuff like that. So there's this prize area where you can get like, you know, if you have like a certain amount of tokens or whatever, or if you just want to buy something, you can get some stuff. So yeah, this is just like a bunch of toys and stuff. I also put snacks here because maybe they also sell snacks if you know, they need a pick-me-up while they're trying to play asteroids or something. But yeah, that's this area here, and I think it turned out pretty well. And that's pretty much it for this build. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm proud of it. And this, as you can see, is visible from downstairs in the basement, because this is technically, like, the bowling alley area is technically in the basement, and then I lifted it up so it could look split level. This was so complicated to do, which is one of the reasons why I did it off of camera and like didn't do a speed build, because this took me so long to try and figure out how to do like a split level that looked the way I wanted it to, and didn't have like weird lighting or like issues and stuff like that. And I did play test this, and it seems like everything works pretty well. The only thing, like I said, that I didn't check was this ice cream thing. I don't know if this works, but I mean, it looks nice. So hopefully it works, but I think it adds to the vibe and everything. But yeah, so that's this build. I think it's a good community lot. I feel like I struggle a lot with community lots, and trying to get them to look somewhat realistic and like feel like an actual community lot instead of just like a build that I did and just like threw together, because that's usually what I do for community lots. So yeah, I like the way that it turned out. I think it turned out pretty good. And if you guys want to get this lot, obviously this is also going to be up for download in the description as well. So all the builds that you saw in this video are going to be up for download, and you can get them in the description. So yeah, that's it. That's it for this build and this video. I hope that you guys like the builds and enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. I'm not sure what it's gonna be. I think I plan to do a create a sim, but I'm kind of flopping at that right now. I don't know, I've just been like making sims that I don't love, so I don't know what the next video is gonna be, but I will see you when I see you in that next video, and I hope that you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you later. Bye.